Haribol, 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 जय जय श्री गांधर्व की गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, सर्वविघ्न विनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की, पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंद हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, your voice is so low. Don't Prabhu, I think it is not audible properly.
Audio is low.
Yes, Prabhu.
I am helpless, bro. What will I do, bro? My voice is as usual.
No, okay, Prabhu. You talk like that only.
But only thing, I think my internet, something it might be slow or something like that.
But now it is okay, Prabhu. What you are talking?
No, Prabhu. Only during Kirtan it will be low, Prabhu. So that
Sometimes what happens, the mic may not be able to catch this both, this kartal and my voice. So sometimes it will take only the kartal part and it will miss out the voice. Sometimes it will take only the voice and miss out the kartal. That is something. It was misbehaving also. See, I was able to see the messages. It is coming to me and somebody else is saying it was interchanging. Something was happening. Okay, fine. And your advance wishes for Ram Navami for everyone. So we can develop your consciousness. Welcome, Lord Ram. Okay. So today we'll start up with the chapter 15. This is known as Purushottama Yoga, the yoga of the Supreme Person. So as usual, we'll start with prayers. And meanwhile, the announcement part, everyone try to turn on your videos, attentively try to hear. And humble prayers makes us get qualified in all the terminology, like into hearing, many things, understanding all this. Only things we need the blessings of Krishna. Okay. Now let us start with the prayers. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Nama Acharya Padani Kripa Padayine Garagramattarani Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Nangayate Girimet Kripadamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Vijayam. Before starting, let us show our gratitude and thanks and our obeisances. His divine grace, the Chanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila, by whose mercy today we are able to hear this, understand this, and try to implement in our life. So before starting the 15th chapter, let us know about the 14th chapter. Yesterday's chapter, what all we discussed, the most important I can say, because even Krishna says in this chapter, many Mahatmas, Rishis, great personalities also have been liberated by knowing this knowledge. Such a great knowledge is this knowledge of these three modes, because it's very subtle and we are trying to understand how to make, it's only by practice, and practice based on the instructions or the guidance of spiritual master, and that is through devotional service. Mam chayo vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunan samatittaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Like this. At once you'll be able to overrule this modes. Otherwise, no way. Clear? Now, what is 3 modes? This is all done. Now we'll go to the 15th chapter. In today's chapter, what all we are going to see? Whether it's home or hotel, where are we staying? Is it a permanent residence to us? Or it's a temporary? Then options. Krishna gives the option for us, the material world and the spiritual world. Then the maintainer. Who is the maintainer? How Lord maintains our body, mind, soul. And then the essence. The 3 verses, you'll see this essence. Who is Lord? The Purushottama. This is called as Purushottama. Okay, for all this, so many, from the day one, I'm asking you all to attentively hear, turn on the videos, turn on the video. No, today, a small story I'll say regarding this, because from previously I was saying this 6 chapters I'll use for saying some Acharya's pastimes. So I had said one pastime also, and today I'll say about Puratalvar. Puratalvar was last time I said about Varadacharya. No, Puratalvar is a great devotee. So how did he become a devotee? The very first point, he was a king. He was a king of a Kura dynasty. Somewhere nowadays it is Tamil Nadu. The Tirunanthapuram is there, no? That temple. Those days Tamil Nadu, Kerala all was one. He was in that area. Kura dynasty was the king. How did he become an Alvar then? How did he become such a great devotee? And how great devotee he became, you know? Just a small example to understand that. Once what happened, there is a scripture called as Bodhayana scripture. What Sri Bhashya is there, no? Yeah. It was only one copy of Bodhayana and it was in Kashmir. So Ramanujacharya and Puratalvar both, they went to receive that, this thing, one copy was there. So they want to read, write and copy and give. Those, they were all envious people. They said, no, we're not going to give. So it's a big story, but still I'm making it very short. So meanwhile, Ramanujacharya, let me see once at least. So they gave to the hand. And meanwhile, they were having a discussion. So he gave to Puratalvar, who was just standing behind him. He just took and he was just turning all the pages. He was reading everything. And this discussion went on for 1 hour to 2 hours, something. They were discussing. And meanwhile, this Puratalvar is reading everything. So finally, they had discussed. Then finally, they were saying, no, we are not going to give this to anyone. Finally, they kept in front of Goddess Saraswati Devi because let her decide. Finally, Goddess Saraswati Devi decided that it has to be given to Ramanujacharya. But they were envious, so they burned that scripture. And Ramanujacharya was just crying literally. There was only one copy, and because of my foolishness and because of my adamant thing, I needed copy. Even that copy has been burned. He cried from the Kashmir. He came to this portion of Sri Rangam. So then finally, Puratalvar said, my dear master, why are you crying? He said, this was because of me. We have lost even that one copy. And he said, I've already read it. I could remember. What? Yes, the whole book I can recite for you. Then Ramanujacharya made Puratalvar to sit. He was reciting and he was writing. That is how the Sri Bhashya is. Now just think, if we were in that situation, we were like Puratalvar, that we are remembering everything, why should I say to him, he cannot remember, he don't know anything, let me start writing. Disciple, devotee's quality, never ever he'll try to grow beyond his spiritual master. He just does everything and offers to the spiritual masters. As Srila Prabhupada, he did everything and he said, the mercy of my Guru. So that is the real quality of a devotee. Okay, he became such a great devotee. But before he was a king. Now let us see how he transformed from that king to this. What was the quality made him? Always I will ask to Shravanam and attentive hearing, no? That quality Puratalvar had. So in his kingdom, he used to invite all the sadhus for Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatana, Pravachan. Every day, evening and morning they used to do. And even king used to come and sit and hear. Many times he was so absorbed in it, he will go into the pastime. Such absorption he had. Once a person was saying Ramayana. He said, now Ram has been banished to forest. He is in Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot, Surpanaka came, and this is the incident happened. So Lakshmana cut her nose, and now it has become Nasik, nose and ears. And she went and complained to her brothers, Ara and Dushana. They are coming with 14,000 Rakshasas to fight against Ram Lakshman. Hearing this, Hare, Ram Lakshman and alone there are two, and 14,000 Asuras are coming. What kind of people are we sitting here and hearing this? He was a king. He just ordered all the soldiers, Senadipati, everyone, you make ready. Let us go and join Rama's team. And this has happened in Treta Yuga. Now he is in Kali Yuga. He's asking, let us go now. The minister is thinking what to do now. So never you can oppose king's order. Okay, they all started coming, going towards this Chitrakoot. Meanwhile, the minister was little intelligent. He sent one soldier to Chitrakoot. From there, he made him to come. And let me give you the message to this thing, Kuratalvar, that the battle has been finished and single-handedly Rama have killed all the 14,000 Asuras. So he came in the same way, and see, those days the truth was there. Not that literally sent them, and from there he came back and then he gave the message. So then he said that it's already done, my dear king. So Rama single-handedly has killed all the 14,000 Asuras. So he was happy. Okay, came back. Then this Mantri had a plan. He said to that, this thing Pravachana was giving, he told that, from tomorrow, nothing such kind of incidents. Only happy things should be there. Ram's Pattabhishek or whatever you say, only it should be end in happiness. Okay, fine. And that day it started. So whenever there is Pattabhishek, whenever there is a good thing, there is a great feast in the kingdom. They're just celebrating in this. So nothing, this kind of incidents was coming. What happened? This Pravachana was giving this discourse. This person fell ill. And that he sent his son. So his son also was a great Pravachana person. So he came. He thought, so from so many days, my father is giving this Ramayana. So he has come to this portion. So he just thought, because this person forgot to say that. He came, he said, so Ravana is kidnapping Sita Devi. He started from there. So Ravana is kidnapped and he has gone to Lanka. This incident he came at once. Kurathala was absorbed. He once again ordered all the soldiers, come, let us go and save Mother Sita. How dare is he kidnapping Mother Sita? In this way, he started going towards this Lanka. And now he's entering even the ocean. At least this was on the land. This minister made someone to come in the opposite. In this water will come now to save this king. He's going within the water, he's asking everyone are following him. And finally it was Lord Ramachandra himself. He was in front of Kuratalvar. He said, my dear child, I have already saved Sita. You no need to come. And Kuratalvar said, oh, you doesn't want me to come and help you. That's why you're coming and saying, no, I can't believe you. Let me see Sita Devi. Whether if she is safe, then I'll agree to it. Lord Ramachandra is coming and saying he's not accepting. Finally, it was Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman, Bharata, Shatrughna, with whole family. They gave darshan to the whole citizen, including Kuratalvar. Then finally he accepted. He asked Mother Sita, are you safe? Yes, my dear child. When I have a child like you, why I'll not be safe? I'm already safe. Then he took the blessings of them. Then he came back. This was the attentive hearing of Kuratalvar. Now he has become Qureshi king he was. Now he has become Kuratalvar. So to become a great devotee, we need certain qualities. That attentive hearing is one. Well, progressing, you'll get many other qualities also. You'll come to know what all to be done. At present, the very first thing, bhakti starts with Shraddha. Shraddha, sadhu, sangha, bhajne kare. And in Navavida bhakti, it is Shravanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedam. Starts from Shravanam. Attentive hearing. Sufficient. Rest all automatically changes to us. Okay. Let us go further. See, all this is all not stories. This is all incidents which has happened. So definitely this should educate us how to take up this Krishna consciousness. Okay. In today's acronym is HOME, home, and that is home or hotel, options, maintainer, body, mind, soul, and essence in 3 verses. The very first thing, the question arises, the place which we are staying, is it a permanent place or it is temporary? And we all know very well it is temporary. But how foolish are we? For example, no, you have work, you are in Bangalore, you have work in Mumbai, you go and take a hotel there. You stay for 3 days. What is the plan? Some work you have, you finish up that work and you come. Because you have taken the room there, will you think, this color is not matching me. Let me do some whitewash. This cupboard is not proper. Let me fix a new cupboard. The AC is not so properly working. Let me have a new AC. Will you do all these things? It becomes foolishness, isn't it? Definitely after the 3 days, that hotel manager will come, he'll kick you out and he'll send you. Whatever you do whitewash, you do put new AC, new this thing, nothing can be yours. But how foolishly are we doing in this material? We know very well, this body is not permanent. But every day we start making it, taking care of this body so well, just forget that I am a soul. One or the other day, definitely, Yama Kinkaras will come, they'll kick us out of this body. Then we'll fall as dead. What's the use of doing to this body? This is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. It uses the knowledge to understand. It uses the knowledge to understand the Swadharma and Nitya Dharma. So how should we balance our life? Yes, definitely body is also important. Body and the soul. How to understand this and how to implement in our life. And how much prominence should we be given to the soul and the body. See, it is not equal to everyone. You know. Some based on their karmic reactions, karmic results, their atmosphere, Desha, Kala, Patra. That's why we need a spiritual master. We cannot take the decisions. Sometimes we think, Krishna, I have heard the class, everything. I know very well Krishna conscious is more, this thing, priority has to be given. You give the priority to Krishna conscious and you do. Sometimes what happens, no? Our material life gets spoiled. You cannot be a proper husband, proper father, proper wife, nothing. We ourselves spoil our life. Sometimes if we don't do Krishna consciousness, even then we are spoiling our life. So we should have the guidance of the spiritual master. So for each and every individual, there's a different instruction based on his Desha, Kala, Patra, his situations, circumstances. Clear? Yes. Now Krishna is saying this. He's giving an analogy to this. He's giving an example. And this is only an example. Okay. Now Krishna is saying, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhva Moolam Mata Shakam Ashwattham Rahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastvam Vedasa Vedaved. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Very clear. A person who understands his life. It is something as a tree, as a banyan tree, which is roots is towards the top. Now what we are seeing here, the root is within the ground, isn't it? But here the roots are on the top and the leaves are below. Who's able to understand this? And the leaves are the Vedas. Our life, our material life is Vedas. It should be based on the Vedic instructions. We should know the scriptures, understand it and implement our life. A person who knows these leaves, he has learned Vedas. He has understood what is the purpose of life. Clear? We can see this. Actually, our life is, what I can say, right like opposite. You just cover the top picture of the tree and you see near the lake. How it is? Exactly the tree is upward and down, no? It's just right opposite. Exactly it is like that. That's what is our life. Because we are not seeing the other side of it, we don't know that and we think that this is what is life. When you cover the top portion, you say exactly the tree is upside down. So you understand this is what is our life. Our body is full and full. In this way, we lead a life. So we need definitely a spiritual master to understand this. To understand this, I'll say a small story. Once, there was a queen. She went to a lake. She took river. She took bath, everything. She came back. But later part, she saw that she has missed a diamond necklace. She went to the king and complained that, my dear king, I have lost the diamond necklace. He said, okay, forget. I'll get you a new one. She said, no, that diamond necklace was your first gift to me. At any cost, I cannot give it. I need that. Then the king announced the whole kingdom that whoever gets back this diamond necklace, 10 multiplied by 10, 10 times the amount will be given to him as a reward. Now the whole kingdom is searching for it now. So one person, he came to this river. He was seeing, then finally he started diving into the river. And below the tree, there was a sadhu seeing. From morning, he started diving into that river. Somewhere till afternoon, he's seeing, he's just searching for something, he's diving. He's searching and he's diving. This sadhu saw, what is this person is diving from morning to afternoon? Then he came, my dear son, what are you doing here? He said, there is some magic thing is happening here. Some Mayajal is here. See there's a diamond necklace I could see very easily. When I dive into the water, no, it is missing. I'm not able to take that. Once again, when I come out, it is there. When I dive inside, I'm searching for it. I'm not getting it. And the sadhu says, my dear fool, it is not within the water. It is on the tree. It is on the tree. The shadow is within the water. You have to go upside this tree and take that. This person says, do you think I'm a fool? It's clearly visible that is within the water. Let me dive for another 2-3 times. I'll get that. This is our position. Because a spiritual master comes, my dear son, you're searching for a happiness. You're searching in buying a new vehicle, new car, new husband, new wife, new house. In that everything you want to enjoy. But there is no happiness here. It is in spiritual world. You have to go there. But what we say? Do you think I'm a fool? I know that happiness is here only. If this wife is not proper to me, I'll just marry to another wife. I'll get happiness. This is what our planning. We all want to be happy, but we are searching ignorantly in this water, that is in this material world, which is the shadow of the spiritual world. Clear? So if you don't take the instructions of spiritual master, as he was diving in that way, we will be diving. That diving is what? Many lifetimes. Many our lifetimes we are spending in searching this happiness in different forms. In this chapter it will come. We think, this body not able to, for my enjoyment, let me become a dog. Let me become a monkey. In that way, it keeps on going based on our desire. A person, Srila Prabhupada says, and there is in scriptures also, a person who is more towards the lusty desires, that is the attraction towards the female and male to the female to the male. His next life will be a life of a monkey and a pigeon and something. This thing Prabhupada says. Because pigeon per day, it can union for more than 300 times it seems. I mean, even monkeys, there is no limitations. It's keep on what I can say, she monkey. So, because we are having that desire, next life we'll get such kind of a body. So that Krishna is providing you enjoy. You're searching for happiness in that. You try as much as possible. In that way, we shouldn't be foolish. We should take the guidance. And at once he says, it is on the tree. Yes, try to climb. Yes, climbing the tree is difficult. But you try, you'll get the diamond necklace. Getting Krishna is difficult. But you try for it, definitely you'll get happiness. No doubt. Okay. Now, how to free ourselves from reflection, correct destination, understanding what is the destination, then detachment through attachment. Please attentively hear. Detachment through attachment. We shouldn't be foolishly thinking that detach everything, give up everything, it becomes foolishness. That's why Krishna very clearly saying, Param drishtva nivartate. Get the higher taste. Get attached to Krishna. Get attached to spirituality. You will start experiencing the higher taste in it. Automatically, you will give up this material taste. If you try to give up this material taste without acquiring the higher taste, you will fall down. You cannot be permanently in Krishna consciousness. Yes, so it takes some time to us to grow. Not a problem. Today's class also was that only in Krishna Sadhana. Patience is more important. Patiently keep on trying. Definitely, when you get the higher taste, automatically unnecessary things starts going away from our. Okay, giving up lordship over material nature. That is, try to be selfless, not selfish. Mine, I. That's why this Bhagavad Gita only started because of Swajanam. Arjuna's first thing it was Swajanam. Once it comes Swajanam, my people, my thing. A great person like Arjuna also was not able to fight him. And where do we stand? So we should be with knowledge. Okay, then now Krishna is giving the option to us. Difference between the spiritual world and the material world. Spiritual world is a blissful life. And Krishna gives the example also here. You can see it. Na tadvasayate suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. That supreme abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So there is no need of sun, moon, or electricity, or no fire also. Why? What is there then? Somebody only full darkness there, nothing else. It is self-illuminating. There is no need of additional things. There is no need of, it is not dependent for the light. It is self-illuminated. That is the place. And you should understand one thing, where darkness means ignorance. Light means complete knowledge. There is no ignorance, self-illuminate means there is no darkness. If there is no darkness, that means there is no ignorance. You are in complete knowledge and you are understood your position. That is your Swarupa, your constitutional position is Jivera Swarupa by Krishnera Nitya. Thus, you are engaging in the Lord's service. So you are qualified to enter the spiritual world. A person who enters the spiritual world is not returning back. Very clear. Why? Oh, Krishna is taking our independence. No. Once you experience a better thing, why will you come? For example, now you have a big bungalow. I'll gift you a big bungalow. So many days you are staying in a small hut house or slum somewhere. I'll give a big bungalow. Will you say, no, one day I'll be in slum also, one day I'll be in bungalow. Will you say that? Once you get that big bungalow, why will you go to that slum? The same way, there's no comparison between spiritual world and material world. But I am comparing to better understanding. That's it. In Brahma Samhita, it is said, Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. In the 8th chapter also said this. There also Krishna says, and now once again he is repeating it, is giving more better understanding. So spiritual world is filled with Chintamani stones. It is made out of Chintamani. Chintamani, one stone is sufficient to make her like gold, only complete gold. Any iron rod you touch, it becomes gold. Any iron touched by Chintamani stone turns to gold. And that Goloka Vrindavana is completely made out of Chintamani stones. And there is Kalpa Vriksha, trees of Kalpa Vriksha. Any desire fulfilling trees are that. Whatever you ask, we provide you. And the cows of Surabhi. Surabhi milk is nectar, not milk. It is nectar. And even the plants there are being fed by this milk. Continuously, rivers are flowing with this milk. And Lakshmi, Sahasrashata Sambrama Sevyamanam. So there are hundreds and millions of Lakshmis waiting to serve the Lord. That is the spiritual world. When you say stay in that world, why will you ever think to come to this material? So are we qualified to go there? That is the point here. Yes. When we come to our Swarupa, our constitutional position, will be qualified to go. That is, Jivera Surupahai Krishnera Nityadas. Understand that. That's sufficient. Implement our life according to that. Progress in our consciousness. Activities help us to develop the consciousness. Okay? Activity itself is not the main. Chanting is not main. While chanting, remembering Krishna, having the love towards him. In the very first, we don't have that. So more prominence is given only to hear. Forget about your thinking Krishna, not thinking Krishna. Your attentive is only hearing. 108 times you are chanting, 108 times you are hearing it. That's important. That purifies us for the next level. Okay. Now, our last connection. Krishna says, Mamaivamsho Jivaloke. What is our relationship within the Supreme Lord? We are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. We are fragmental parts of Krishna. We are separated from him, and now we are stuck up in this material world. Krishna says, Mamaivamsha Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manah Shashtani Indriyani Prakritistani Karshati. Living entities in this conditioned world or my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which include the mind. So, Mamaivamsha Jivaloke. We are part and parcel of the Lord. Anyhow, I explained many things from the 2nd chapter also. No? Qualitatively, we are one with the Lord because he is also Satchit Ananda. We are also Satchit Ananda. The spirit soul is Satchit Ananda. This material body, which is gross body and subtle body, which is made out of 5 Panchbhutas and the subtle mind, intelligence, and false ego. Clear? But the soul is always pure. It is Satchit Ananda, qualitatively one with the Lord. Yes, quantitatively it might be different. As the example says, the ocean and 1 drop of ocean cannot be equal, but qualitatively both are equal. Quantitatively, we cannot compare 1 drop of water to an ocean. How could we do it? It's only foolish people do that. Saying that I am also Lord, I'll go back and I'll become God. And that's all foolishness. So this 1 drop, yes, but qualitatively we are one. But why do we struggle here? Why are we struggling? Manashashtanintayani prakritistani karshati. When I take the position of the Lord, this is what happens, which I am not to a constitutional position and take up that, I start struggling. We cannot be within the water. How long can we be? We struggle to be. But fish is very happily living there. But take out a fish outside the water and provide it a big AC room with a big TV and big whatever the needs you provide it. Will that fish be happy outside the water? No way. Here, our happiness stays. It is said in Kannada also Sanskrit. Atmada Ananda Paramatmana Sevayalli. That means Atma's happiness is in the service of the Paramatma. Till then you don't serve Paramatma. Till then you don't serve Lord Krishna. You will not be happy. Our life is something like as a fish taken out of the water. Clear? So you cannot escape this struggle. Till then you are out of the water. If we come to our constitutional position, automatically we start experiencing the bliss, not the happiness, bliss. Okay. Otherwise, you take this kind of, you can see in this picture, there's so many living entities, 84 lakh species. You start taking many, many bodies. What? The search of clear. Now, Krishna says here, Shariram yat avapnoti yachapi utkramatishwaraha grihit vaitani samyati vayodgandani vashayat. The living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. He's giving the example how we just develop certain desires and we carry all the desires from this body to another body. We enjoy. As I was giving the example of that lusty desires when we have in this human body is meant to be self-realized. Instead, we utilize for that for another purpose. Krishna says you're unqualified to be in this human body. Let me give you a better body to enjoy. He'll give you a pigeon body or a monkey body so that you can union for hundreds of times. Clear? Our desire has been, Krishna is not punishing us. He is fulfilling our desires. Thus, he takes one kind of body and again quits it take another body. This way, because of our desires, there are hundreds and millions of upcoming lives for us standing in queue. Because we have so many desires. Many desires I have to swim. So now I have to take the body of a fish. I have certain desires to fly. So then I have to take the body of a bird. I have a desire to eat non-veg. Then I have to take a body of a lion, tiger, something like that. So many things. It's based. We cannot calculate or we cannot say that. But whatever the desires we have, it's a combination of all the desires. Krishna will give a better body to her. As that's why we have 84 lakh species. It can be any form. Yeah. Just to fulfill our desires, we take another body. And there, once again, what happens? Manashashtani krishyati. Once again, you start struggling. You came for something to attain, but something along with it, something else also we are experiencing. We think, how is our life? Once a small this thing. It's a truth. One person, he was in MIT. He was a great person. He was reading very well. And on that day, he had an exam. It's very struggle, very painful thing for them, struggling, reading, and it's very headache thing also. So two friends, let us refresh, let us go to a park. And so they both were coming. And see, getting a seat in MIT itself is a great thing. Out of many hundreds and thousands, someone will get that. He's in such a prestigious college. He's doing such a high level education. He's doing everything fine. Now they come for the refreshing part. They come to this park. While going in that park, he saw a dog. Very happily, it was sleeping under a tree. He said to his friend, see that life of that dog. So blissful, so happy. But see how we are struggling here for the examination. You understood? So what will be his next life? Because he had a desire that I should be like something like that dog, I should sleep happily. He is now in such a prestigious thing, but in next life will become a dog. He did not understand in that way. He thought it is happy, but because you want to experience that, Krishna gives you that body. In that way, you get trapped to hundreds and hundreds of lives. So we should be very careful when we desire something. Okay, now Krishna says here, Shrotram chakshusparshanam cha rasanam grahanam evacha adishtaya manaschayam Vishayanupasevate. The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. So he gives certain body, he gives to fulfill our desires, such kind of ears, eyes, tongue, nose, so that you will be happy in that. And how we become illusioned or ignorant in that life, Now we think, many will think that, hey, I'm happy here. Always, what is this Bhagavad Gita saying that I'm not happy? Krishna says, he is the creator. He's saying, Dukkha Alayam Ashashvatam. This is a place of Dukkha Alaya. But we say, who said that I am happy here? Isn't it? So just for a comparison, I'll say a story. Once what happened, this Indra. So Indra he offended, it is a story to speak, but I'll make it short. So he offended his spiritual master. Spiritual master cursed him to become a pig, a hog in this earthly planet. He just fell here. And he was leading a life of hog, pig's life. You know how happily the pigs are, what they eat, how they live, all we know. No need to explain those things. Okay, now, in the heavenly planet, there was no king. So Brahma came and he saw that there was no king. So then finally he thought, oh, because of Guru's curse, this has happened. So he came to this Indra, who was in the form of pig. He requested Indra, my dear Indra, somehow I'll speak to spiritual master. I'll see that your curse is been cleared. You just come back as Indra. You take the position of the king of heaven. That Indra, who was in the form of pig, he was saying that, who are you? What for have you come? You are jealous of me. You are envious of me that I have such a beautiful wife. See my wife. See my children. So many pig kids are there. See, every day I get the fresh food. Early morning, my breakfast is always fresh food I eat. You are jealous of me. So you wanted to be take away from this enjoyment. Never ever I'm going to come. Hey, Baba, you are the king of the heaven. I know that but it's a trap to me. Want to take out of my sense enjoyment, you are dragging me. This is what is our condition. Finally, it was great endeavor for Brahma to take him away from that big life. We also, many will come, hey, Baba, you are struggling. Come a little bit, chant Hare Krishna, come to spirituality, take Bhagavad Gita. You want to take me out of this sense enjoyment? I'm so happily enjoying here. Why it's all a trap. When you say ISKCON, they'll brainwash you. You don't go there. They'll brainwash you. They'll take you away from the sense gratification. You never ever go to this ISKCON, they'll say. Why? Because they think that is like, actually it is said in spiritual world. No? Because when we are in lower consciousness, we don't know that we are in such a abominable way we are leading our life. But a person in the spiritual, for example, in heavenly planets, when they see her, no, they how these people are in this earthly planet. I'll just give a comparison. I'm not insulting someone or something like that. The beauty, for example, the Miss Universe of this thing, sorry, Miss World, I can say, Miss not Universe, Miss World or whatever. There's a beautiful lady, and the comparison of her and the heavenly lady, how it is means, from the heavenly planet, if they see her, she's something like a cockroach. In our house, we have this cockroach, no? That is the comparison. Just imagine what will be the beauty of the heavenly damsels there. So in our conscious, we think, oh, she's Miss World, she's so beautiful in this way. But to their comparison, it's like a cockroach. How, for example, something I gave the example of hog, pig, something eating fresh very early morning. How do you all felt? You felt, isn't it? But for the pig, be very tasty. The same way, for the heavenly bodied person, for our life, what we are leading here, the abominable life, how they are living here. But we think, I am so happily living. Isn't it? Why to have such a impractical example? I'll give a practical example. You can see someone who is in the street side, who don't have a house, who don't have, they're poverty stricken, how they are. They're having a blanket and standing there. Sometimes they get some food, food somebody eaten, their juta, if they give remaining, that's a feast for them. But how for us it will be? Dirty people who are giving juta or anything, they are eating. But for them, that is bliss, that is happiness to them. But I cannot go sit along with them and eat that. How it will be for us? You cannot even think about it, imagine that. So that is the difference of the consciousness. Till then, you don't come to Krishna conscious. You think that, array, material thing, you're happy. Once you come, then you think, array, how did I was trapped in this material world for so long? How this was attracting to me. Now it looks so abominable to me. So many days I was just enjoying with that. So till then you don't experience spiritual taste. You feel that material taste itself is good for us. Okay, now Krishna says, what happens by this? Utkramantam sthitam vapi punjanam va gunanvitam vimudānānu paṣyanti jnana chakshusha. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Clear? It's very crystal clear. Till then, you don't take up Krishna consciousness. Till then, you don't come in Krishna knowledge, but you cannot realize. This is something like this picture. Have you seen this? That rat is trying to come out of the circle. It is going more faster, and it is rotating. And very easily, you can see left or right, you can jump left or right, easily it will come out of it. Our life also is very simple like this. Once you take up Krishna consciousness, you can easily come out of it. But we are so ignorant that running, that's what Prabhupada says, it's a dog race. Early morning, start running. Where? Earn. What will you do? Just as a dog race or a cat race or a rat race, running. Don't know what for you are earning, how much you need. Hundreds, millions, lakhs, crores. You should see these politicians, other businessmen. They have millions and millions. Still they work as donkeys morning to night. They don't know how to escape from this cycle of birth and death. What's the use? Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi. I was also a businessman, So businessmen, I had a flower mandi in city market. See, after coming to Krishna conscious, who realize so many things. There are some multimillionaires there who are sitting, they have their own apartments, not just one flat, many prestigious apartments. And they're all earning with that business, flower business. And one person is that he's having many such kind of apartments. You cannot even calculate his wealth. But what is his breakfast? Tea, bun. Because he's so busy in that business, he cannot even go outside. If he goes just for some moments, many thousands will get lost. That moment he has to sell the flowers. If not, 10 rupees, it will be reducing. For every time it starts reducing, and he'll be having hundreds of kilos. At once he'll be losing some, even thousands or lakhs also. So he should keep on selling. Breakfast, tea, bun. Lunch, tea, bun. Dinner, tea, bun. What for is he earning? And many times he will not go for the nature call also. He'll be holding it. At once he starts running. Sometimes we speak to him, wait, he'll come, he'll go run for this thing. That means imagine how much foolishly he has engaged there. Sorry to say, even I was there. Early morning, I used to go for that business. We were all competing. We also should become like that. It is what is called as rat race or the dog race. Foolishly running. We go to the office, we think, my manager is being like this. Day and night is working. Night also, without sleep also, he'll start. I also should go to take that position. And that person will be thinking, hey, see my boss. How is he? I should become like him. This is what is going on. Because ignorantly we are just running, not taking the guidance of spiritual master or this Bhagavad Gita. Now, let us come to the next topic. Krishna is saying there. Gama Vishya Chabhutani Darayamyaham Mochasa Ushnami Chaushadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. I enter into each planet and by my energy they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life, all vegetables. Something new to you all, I think. Planets float in the space. How is that? I already explained. Because he enters as Paramatma in each and every planet, each and every universe, and each and every atom. Otherwise, there is no life. So he maintains all the planets in the earth. Then, how he helps us. It's just one sloka I'm saying. You should read this chapter. And not only in Bhagavad Gita, not much it is given. There are many other scriptures to read and you understand. So Krishna, as moon, he gives the life, the juice of life to all the vegetables, the fruits, everything. We know only about the sun is taking care. No. And one thing I say, our sleep, when we sleep at the time of the peak of moon hours, our health will be 100% perfect. That is just, we have a time after the sunset, 1.5 hours. By that, you should be on the bed. Now it is impractical, but still I am saying. And that time sleep makes us 100% healthy because direct we have the absorption of the moon. And we are waking up and we're sitting, you cannot absorb it. And the trees and plants, they absorb the juice, the life comes to the vegetables and fruits is by the moon. Nowadays, that is also not happening because we're not keeping that proper seed. It's everything become genetically modified and we are putting that urea and many things. We are not having a natural life now. So in that way, Krishna is helping us. And not only that, whatever Krishna creates is complete in itself. That's why Krishna is known as Om Purnam Madam Purnam Purnam Udachyate. What is that? Whatever he creates and anything comes out of it is also complete. Just see this cycle of this water cycle. What is happening here? You should see the sunrise. When there is scorching heat, it starts evaporating the water of these oceans. And it evaporates, transforms to clouds. And that clouds comes to this villages, to all the cities and everything. It comes as a rain. So there is prosperity. There's a growth of grains and everything. Prosperity builds. And any excess water, once again through rivers, it passes to the ocean. It is complete in itself. And just see the breathing system, how it has been created. We take oxygen, give out carbon dioxide. Trees take carbon dioxide and gives it oxygen. This is Lord's creation. And not only this, what we know, small things, we are saying 2, 3 things. The whole world has been created in the same way. Even a small ant, we should be dependent on even the ant. That's why great people say that great people don't think educated people. They are great spiritualists. They say even a piece of what I can say, stick or this thing is important for us. You shouldn't neglect it. That is also useful. You don't know where it is useful, but it is useful. That is spiritual knowledge. Nothing you can neglect in our life. That is the creation of Krishna. Nothing is waste. Sometimes these fools, please don't mistake me. I say fools for the scientist. So because even Prabhupada says rascals and fools, they do this, but we are not supposed to say because we are not so qualified. But still, why? Because they say in the moon, they go to this moon planet that they bring some dust. They say there's no living entities, the only dust is there. They get the dust and spending millions and millions of dollars towards it. Everything is bogus, because there is no creation without living entity. Even on the sun planet, there is, you all know that from the 4th chapter I'm saying. Each and every planet, there is living entity. Don't think that because we are not able to see that, you shouldn't assume that there is no living entities. There are living entities based on that atmosphere, Desha, Kala, Patra. Accordingly, there are living entities there. So many times we think that science and this, and being among the ignorance, we also develop our ignorance. So we should come out of it, see the reality of life, take the scriptures, it will give you the perfect knowledge to you. Okay, maintainer of the body. And here you see, Krishna says many things. Splendor of sun maintains the planet's supply. The juice here of all vegetables, fire of digestion. See, not only eating, not only is giving fruits and vegetables to it. When you eat that, you cannot digest. So it comes within our stomach as digestive power. Jataragni is in. This is also Krishna. Somebody who is not qualified or who is not to that level is not having the power to digest. Actually, there is 33 crore devatas. No, all devatas are who are the servants of Krishna. They take care of that digestion part also. See, digest foodstuffs by outgoing and incoming air. The breathing itself makes to digest. So there are many subtle things where you cannot even imagine, think. It's beyond our imagination. So only when you come to the higher consciousness, you'll try to understand this, because Krishna reveals in the heart. Oh, then automatically, there are many high things where I cannot say, and time also will not permit me. What happened? Okay. So, this, how these trees and plants absorb the power of moon and gives the life juice to these vegetables. The same way these yogis, they sit in the Himalaya, they fast for 1 year. You know that? How could they live without eating for 1 year? Because they are in the higher consciousness. They can directly take the potency of this moon within their body, and they can develop, as these fruits and vegetables are doing, same system they'll follow themselves. That is their greatness. So many things say, oh, miracle, this person is doing that. Nothing. Only has learned that art. And as a devotee, even we can do. A person who takes the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, he is qualified to get everything in this universe. You cannot even imagine, so much of power comes to us. But not now. Oh, now I'm chanting tomorrow. From tomorrow I should get everything. Not from tomorrow. You should develop your consciousness to that level. Just getting near to Krishna makes everything possible. Yeah. Now, maintainer of mind and soul. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto matta smritirjnanam aponamscha vedaischa sarvairaham eva vedyo vedanta krut vedavityeva chaham. Krishna is saying he is residing in everyone's heart as Paramatma. What all is giving? Matta smritirjnanam aponamscha. What all is doing? And from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Many after reading this, they say, okay. Remembrance, fine, very good. Knowledge, then that is also very good. Forgetfulness, Krishna is bad. He's making me to forget also. Isn't it? It's simple, the same example which I gave. Think that our previous life was a hog. Pig's life I had. What I was eating there. Now, I remember my previous life. Will I be happy here? No way. That's why Krishna helps us in forgetfulness also. And whichever is required, he gives the remembrance. At the right time, he gives the remembrance which is needed. So by all the Vedas, I am to be known. Now he's saying, purpose of Vedas. He is the creator of Vedas. And he is the subject matter of that Vedas also. Vedas meant to understand Krishna. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta and I am the knower of the Vedas. Is giving the Vedas. In this way, internally, externally, everywhere he is taking care of us. Materially, spiritually also is taking care of us. Not only sometimes Krishna himself comes, he sends his devotees, something a messenger. You know, Jesus, what did he say? I'm the messenger of Lord. He did not say that I'm God. He's a genuine person. But what does people do? They even killed him. He was crucified. This is the nature of this ignorant people. He was so merciful. He came to thought and he said one more thing also. He gave 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill, the very first one. And he said, there are many things to know, but you're still unqualified. You're immature to take that. You all start developing. Later part I'll give you. That was also Krishna conscious. It is said that Jesus was in Jagannath Puri. He was trained. There was a great devotee. He was a great devotee there. Later part, he went to the Western countries to preach as Prabhupada went. But he was crucified. And seeing the situation, he did not give the full knowledge there. He gave the basic things, at least to try to be human beings, that is sufficient. As in this 18-day session, what we ask you? Chant Hare Krishna, offer to the Lord. Only 2 things. But everyone is struggling for that. Where to say the next other things? Once you come to the one platform, then you can give the other one. You just get through this first standard. Then we'll say about this second standard subjects. Yes, multiplication is there. So many days only addition. 1 plus 1 itself is what? 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4. How much is that? You don't know. Now you come to the next level, you're able to do the addition part. Then the teacher gives multiplication, division. In that way, spiritual, the same thing happened there. Meanwhile, they crucified him and they killed him. Now they say many. So I don't want to go to the apart from it, but I'm saying here. So in this way, Krishna sends the messengers also. He himself sometimes comes to help the conditioned souls like us. It's very merciful. Once we try to understand that, definitely, there is no doubt everyone takes the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Only thing you have to realize it. Okay, then the maintenance of soul. Even the souls are maintained by the Lord. He gives the connection. Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start learning it. He gives the experience. Nigamakalpataror galitam phalam shukamakadamrita dravasamitam pibat bhagavatam rasamalem muhurho rasikar. It is something, a fruit. It is so tasty, it is without seed and skin. Such tasty, sweet. It is Srimad Bhagavatam. You should only experience it, not just hearing what I say. You have to experience. You have to attentively hear it. Then you'll come to know. Okay, many things to say. And there are 18 Puranas, 2 Itihasata, Vedas, 4 Vedas, and so many things are Krishna has given to us. Just to reclaim us or to take us back to the spiritual world. But it is, we are the fools. We don't take. We wanted to struggle in this material world. As Indra, as a pig, what he was doing. Same thing, we are also thinking to enjoy this material life rather than taking the blissful position of the spiritual world. Go back to Godhead. Okay, now the essence of 3 verses. Krishna is saying, Dvavimau purushau loke ksharashchakshara evacha kshara sarvani bhutani Kutastokshara Chate. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, even every living entity is fallible. And in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. It's very simple understand. Shara and Akshara, a person who has already fallen down, is fallible. A person never ever falls down is infallible. Those people are in spiritual world who are already fallible, they are in this material world. Why is fallible? The question arises. There is only two things. Living entities or both are same. Why this person has fallen down? You can see this picture. Who is overall among Krishna, who keeps Krishna as their center point. They will be in spiritual world, but want to be away from Krishna, away from the Lord, selfishly enjoy. See this person, he wants to eat everything. This is how. When you don't provide to others, selflessly be, this is what happens. You don't even understand. Living entities, fallible, independently wants to enjoy always in material world, independently, away from Krishna. We don't, such people doesn't want to take the shelter of the Krishna's lotus feet. Selfishly wanted to enjoy. And here you can see, the pastime of Brahma. Brahma was bewildered to see that because the Gopapalas, they were in what they were eating, the same hand they were feeding Krishna. They used to taste and feed Krishna. Krishna, my lunch box is so tasty. Please taste this. They were not selfish that, oh, this is tasty. Let me take everything. No. Whichever is good, they start. Hey, Krishna, you take my food. You take my lunch box. It is more tastier. My mother has done so wonderful. You taste this. So all the kids were feeding Krishna. Even Brahma was bewildered. So they are all in the spiritual world. They are the Nitya Parshadas of Krishna. But a person who wants to selfishly enjoy apart from Krishna, definitely he'll be fallible. He will be in this material. Okay? Okay, see, wants to always be with Krishna, never leaves. Now, Supreme Lord. Who is Supreme Lord then? We saw two kinds of people here. One is Kshara and Akshara, who is in the spiritual world. Oh, all spiritual world are equivalent to Krishna, or they are even to God. Here it is said. Uttama Purushastvananya Paramatmeti Udhavrataha Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Vibharti Avyaya Ishvaraha. Besides these two, there is the greatest living personality, the supreme soul, the imperishable Lord himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bohodati Vidadati Kaman. This is said in Padma Purana. What is that? All the living, Nityo Nityanam, all are eternal, Nitya. Even the living entities who are Baddhatma, conditioned soul, who are Muktatma in spiritual world, and the Lord, all are Nityas. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetanat, all are Chetanatma, all are spiritual, Satchidananda. Clear. Eko Bohudati Kaman. As a father takes care of all the children, the same way the Supreme Lord takes care of all the children. Here, qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. Qualitatively might the same, but quantitatively it is different. It is Lord. So never ever we can become, I am also a father, no. Yes, but you cannot become father to your father, no. Even materially also you cannot become. The same way in spiritually also, you cannot ever be equal. Krishna's other name is also Asamordva. No one can be equal or superior to the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. This should be the understanding and this should be our knowledge. But it takes many lifetimes to get convinced and understand. You can hear hundreds of times, but of our contamination will not allow us to understand this or get convinced. Still we say, Bhagavad Gita says, but other scriptures are saying, take Shiva Purana. Shiva Purana says Shiva is great. Take Devi Purana. Devi is great. In this way, our mind gets deviated and we cannot accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality. Till then, we are not pure enough. That's why Krishna says, Bohunam Janmanam Antignanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samatma Sudha. Okay. Now, Krishna says here, Yasmaksharam Atitoham Aksharadapi Chottama Atosmi Loke Vedecha Atita Purushottama, because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world, in the Vedas, as that Supreme Person. What you read in the Vedas, what you hear from the great Mahatmas, everywhere it has been celebrated, the Purushottama, Akilanda Koti, Brahmanda Nayaka, it is Krishna only. I am saying with full conviction. It depends on you, how you take it. It takes many lifetimes, I was saying, but at least you can be convinced, yes, this can be truth. Our consciousness automatically starts developing. Only a fortunate soul, Brahmanda, Brahmitikona, Bhagyavan, Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasade, Paya, Bhakti, Lata Bija. Only fortunate soul, even the whole universe, fortunate soul can take up to this Krishna consciousness and accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I was saying my experience also. I was also a worshipper of all the Devatas, like I was Devi Aradhaka. Every Friday I used to go and offer, and myself personally, I used to do Abhishekam also. Me and my mother used to do Abhishekam, tie the sari to Devi, and so wonderfully we used to do. And it was the mercy of Devi. And she blessed, because we not had, I think in that way, did not had much desires. So somewhere I was showing a pure love to her. She said, pure love means it is to Krishna. You have some desires, material desires, definitely I'll take care of. If you have pure desire, pure love, then it's only to Krishna, because bhakti is to Krishna, and bhakti is nothing but love of God. In that way I was diverted. And when I came to Krishna consciousness, I was not attracted to any of this thing, only to Krishna. And that was the full stop of my life, I think. Before that, I was just anchoring. So it depends from living entity to living entity. It cannot be everyone the same. But a person who takes up to Krishna consciousness is fortunate. Who gets convinced of this is fortunate. Okay. Now, this is called as Purushottama Yoga. And today's chapter already saw home or hotel, on and on. That is maintainer of body, mind, soul, and essence in 3 verses. Okay. Now, what is for tomorrow? Tomorrow is another important chapter, the 16th chapter, Daiva Sura Sampada Yoga. Let us see who is divine and who is demonic here. We are all sitting here hearing. So now tomorrow it will be concluded whether we are all demons or we are all divine. Krishna says, and finally he'll say one more thing. So removal of demonic qualities. So even if we think that we are demonic qualities, how to remove that? So the gate to the hellish planets. Tomorrow we can see the 3 gates for hellish planets. So in which gate are we standing? Where do you want to all go? Many things tomorrow, Krishna will be revealing all these things. Okay. Now there is a quiz link. I request everyone to attend. Now let us chant once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Actually, so many days I was requesting everyone to take this quiz link. You do that. Whatever I say, you are not listening. Then what to use in giving more prominence? It's up to you. My duty, I am doing it perfectly. But up to you. The ball is in your court now. You can put it in any direction. This is the verse 3rd of Shikshastakam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, who can chant the holy names of the Lord constantly? Trinadapi Sunichena, who is having the qualities of Trinadapi Sunichena, humbler than the blade of grass on street. And Tarorapi Sahishnuna, who is tolerant as a tree. Amanina Manadena, who respects all the living entities and never expect for any respect. He can chant all these Kirtanya Sada. And one more understanding also. When you keep on constantly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, automatically all the divine qualities of this, like Trinadapi Sunichena, the humbleness, the patience, everything automatically develops Yes. Only thing, you have to give the time to the Lord. Prayers and chanting in Brahma Murta, especially early morning before sunrise. I don't know how many are coming for this chanting session because I have another session, I'll be there. So how many are coming, I don't know. That utilize it. There is some platform to utilize. You utilize it. Wake up early, come for that. There's association of devotees, and every day you can hear one verse of Bhagavad Gita. What else you need? So you can just, okay. So this is our Lakshmi Narasimhadev. Then Gandharvika Giridhari. So this is ISKCON HPR. Now, any questions, you can raise your hands. And meanwhile, if any announcements, you can see from Girish. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Today is wonderful. Prabhu, this is extra as this Prabhu. Total 52 devotees they attended.
Oh, there was, Raja Prabhu was doing one more sheet, I think.
Yes, Prabhu. I asked with him, but they didn't prepare things
fine.
long. But I sharing.
Fine, Prabhu, not a problem.
So out of 52 attended 41 Prabhu.
Okay, fine, Prabhu. And what about
chanting and Nivedya Prabhu. So total 28 members devotees there.
20 are offering Nivedya. 28 are. Okay.
Oh, Prabhu. Nivedya is 20 Prabhu. Then chanting is 28.
Yes, Prabhu. That is what I said.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't know whether I did a mistake, whether I said in a reverse. But 28 are chanting and 20 are doing Nivedya. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Then one more we have announcement. Some devotees there personally messaging the group of this one, Prabhu, chat box. Because of tomorrow Ram Navami, can it possible to skip the class like that? What will you do, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, no. To end up in Sunday. No, I cannot do that. Sorry.
So Mataji's message like that.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. Because everything is, I have another program on Monday. So I want to end.
If you are skipping means we will be, our mind will be not here, Prabhu, I think.
Definitely. So not only that, see, something more important than, yes, festival is there, I can skip. But if it is possible, I can do. Already I'm engaged, so I cannot do that. Okay, sorry for that, Mataji. Okay, now let us take the questions. Rajesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, like I want to take your blessings. Is possible if I come on tomorrow?
Yes, Prabhu, can you turn on your video?
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Guruji, I want to take your blessings. Can I come tomorrow to HRB out ISKCON?
Please, Prabhu, you are always welcome.
At what time I should come?
Blessings. For the blessings of the Lord and I'll pray to the Lord that Lord will bless you more. I am not qualified to bless you. I'll pray for the Lord. Narasimhadev is sitting.
No, Guruji. Like as a Guruji, I need your blessings.
Definitely, Prabhu. You need my blessings. Definitely, my blessings come through my prayers to the Lord and for my spiritual master. I'll pray for him. So
what time should I come tomorrow morning?
At what time can you come, Prabhu?
9:30.
Yes, Prabhu. 9:30. Please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll come and call you, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Any other questions? No questions, then we'll wind up. No questions. Because I'm asking for several times, somebody will raise. Okay, some question will ask you answer to that. Okay, Maharishmi Mataji. Please. Hare Krishna.
Because you cannot do it by hand.
Oh, is it? Yes, Mataji. Please, Mataji.
Actually, I feel
Mataji, it is not audible. It is not audible properly. I don't know why. If you are having a earphone, you take it out and keep it closer and speak.
To say thanks to you for taking so much pain and keeping on repeating that everybody, and it is for our benefit. Instead of that, taking so much pain, I'm so glad and very thankful to the Lord that I'm getting
Thank
the
you,
opportunity.
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Not that it's a pain, Mataji, then what to speak of others? What to speak of my spiritual master then? He's an inspiration to us. You should know something about His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And last time he had an operation of his eye, and his whole body is nothing has been working. Till today he is preaching. He's taken the orders of his spiritual master, he's doing it. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70 years, he went to America because to follow the orders of his spiritual master. So where do we stand in front of them? Somewhere you think that I'm doing so much. When you compare to that, I'm not even a dust under their lotus feet also, Mataji. Cannot even imagine how they have served. No way. So because of such great souls only today, we are at least getting this rain, this grains, anything, something is happening because of that great devotees who are there. And we, without knowing that, with egoistic this thing, we think I am earning, I am doing. What do we eat? That notes, that coins or anything? No way. Prosperity comes from offering to the Lord. Prosperity comes from the loving exchange of the Lord. So the pure devotees who are serving the Lord, so on their behalf, we are all enjoying the world. Many things. So we shouldn't be selfish people. We should try to serve. See them, get inspired, and serve. As I am serving also, like you also can go and preach for 10 people, surround your neighbors. And your next Kannada session is coming from 17th April. And it will be posted in the group. You can just go and share to your neighbors, make them devotees. So it is only but here also somewhere we have selfish. Selflessly we have selfish. What is that? We want to make everyone devotees. What happens by that? I will be protected. I don't know whether they'll become devotee or what, but I will be protected by this. Because they are coming in goodness. I'll have atmosphere of goodness. Automatically I'll be a devotee. I'll not ever fall down. So at least there is some selfish things also. When there are more number of devotees, I will be protected by this. And even Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada is known as the Simha Guru. He's a spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. He says, after even creating 64 Gaudiya Mats, then he says, I'm not qualified to get liberated. Some are my disciples. They'll go back to Godhead. They'll recommend there. My Guru is there in the material world. So that recommendation, I'll be able to go. So such great souls. Even serving so much, they think that my disciples will go back, not me. In that way, whatever we do, but never we can compare to them. So we also somewhere we should do this cruel service to the Lord Ram. That way each and everyone who are here in this session, you should try to do your own service. Somewhere you preach to at least one or two and make them to come to this Krishna consciousness. Definitely we will be protected. We will have atmosphere of this goodness, atmosphere of this devotees. Okay. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you to all. No questions. So we will wind up for today. So I request everyone to chant once Hare Krishna and wind up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So now I'll give you the option to unmute yourself. You can unmute and say once Hare Krishna and leave the.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Rajesh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ajit Kumar Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mahalakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mamata Mataji. Hare Krishna, Santosh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vasant Prabhu. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Chaitanya Mataji. Hare Krishna, Kalindi Kalyani Mataji. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Balakrishna Reddy Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Ishwarappa Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna to all. Girish Prabhu. Hare Krishna. You can end.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.